Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Master Program for CELPIP. This is Navpreet from English Educators Limited. Our phone number is 647-701-2834 and the website is englisheducators.com. My name is Navpreet Arora. I am certified and licensed by TESOL Ontario, TESOL Canada. I hold master's and MPhil degree in English, and I run a Paragon designated prep center in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. So today we will be learning few things about CELPIP General Program, specifically to writing module. So today's focus is on survey writing, which is task 2, and we will learn few concepts before even we start learning what is survey writing and what are those concepts that we need to have a deep understanding so that we are able to perform at CLB 9+. Just by practicing will not take you to CLB 9+. Understanding the challenges, the concepts, and then step by step, piece by piece learning will take you definitely to CLB 9+. The overview here is that for survey writing, you will be allotted 26 minutes and the word count is 150 to 200. Since I am designated prep center, I am licensed. So even if a student writes anything between 135 words to 220 words, it is okay. You will not be penalized for that. So what is survey writing? Survey writing, it is a formal written response to a survey question. The test takers are provided with a short scenario and 2 options. It says option A and option B. They must choose one option A or option B, and write a well-organized response explaining their decision. So what is a short scenario? A short scenario is a brief description of a situation. So there is going to be a situation, there will be brief description of that. That situation can be in your community, school, or workplace. And I'm going to talk about all these 3 words in the later slides for you to understand why it is important. It gives you context. So context means situation or background for the survey. For example, a new program, a new event at community, school, or workplace, or policy being planned for the benefit of the people involved. So they will be giving you a situation and they want to bring some kind of benefit either to the members of community or students at school or the workers at workplace. And they are not making decisions without taking the viewpoint and the opinion of the people for who they are trying to bring that benefit or policy change that can help those people. So like a democratic country, like a democratic thought, they want that the decision should be made by the opinion given by the participants of that situation. So it's very important for you to understand that your opinion is very important, and it is your opinion that is going to count in your scorage. It is one of the parameters. And what are the 2 options on that? So after this scenario, you are given 2 possible choices or solutions related to that situation that they have mentioned in the scenario. And you must choose only one and write a response explaining which option do you prefer. So you have to explain that and why do you think it is a better choice? And how would it benefit you? I would not say or others, you and others. So you, others, how that your choice is going to benefit. So what is assessed in survey writing? The task assesses the writer's ability. So you will be the writer and your ability to analyze the given situation. And this is the problem. It's a huge problem. Students are not even able to analyze the given situation. Students are selective readers. They quickly read it through, and what they read is selected words. Out of that, their mind captures those selected words, and they start writing without even planning or thinking. So they are not analyzing the situation. So you need to have a high level of writer's ability to analyze the situation. And then justify a personal choice considering the public choice, also with logical reason. Are you justifying that why did I choose this choice? Why? What's my reason? And what's the logic behind it? And students fail to provide that logical reasoning consistently. Maybe yes, somewhere they are providing and somewhere they are missing. And this is what students keep sitting on CLB 7, sometime better reasoning CLB 8, but CLB 9, no. So you need to use a clear, formal English suitable for academic and professional settings. So it has to be academic English. It should not be casual. Casual means the sentences that are sitting into your frontal lobe, or sometimes I call it sitting on your mouth, and you are quickly writing those sentences and you say, okay, I did it. And when you go home, you say, oh, I should have used this word. Oh, I should have, talked about this idea. Why did I not do that? So all those things will get covered in this exam, how to win this battle of survey writing CLB 9. And it will not be you. Hundreds and hundreds of students have gotten CLB 9 in my program, in master program. Now, what are the survey contexts? So there are 3 contexts in survey writing. And what are those 3 contexts? Let's talk about that. Context means the situation or the background in which something happens. So context means there's a situation or whatever that story is, there's a background to that. And it helps you to understand the meaning better for the choices. And in CELPIP survey writing, there are 3 different contexts. 3. One is community, second is academic, and third is work context. So copy down, please. I will be doing in my program community text, 1 survey. Second survey will be on academic context, and third will be on work context. So what is a community context? A survey statement will be based on a real life situation. So you have to understand that these exams are based on real life. These exams are not based on anything academic. Nothing academic is there. In terms of, sorry, I rephrase it. I'm rephrasing, sorry. The survey statement will be based on a real life situation. So what is a real life situation? Real life situation in community. For example, let me give you example. In a community, uh, the community center organizers want to conduct a summer fest. So do you think that summer fest happens in real life? Yes, they happen in real life. So it is not based on some imagination that in the community, something imaginary happening. No, real life situations. Because it's a real life situations, you are able to relate it to that. But if you're able to relate, you should be able to give your opinion, mindful opinion on that situations and the choice that you make out of that situation. So it's a real life within the community, where a community representative or local community center is introducing a new initiative aimed at benefiting the residents. So there is some kind of a benefit that residents will get, and the local community center is introducing a new initiative, a program, or some changes in the community, or something like that. 2 program options will be presented to the members of a community, and you are one of them. And the participants will be invited to choose the one they believe would be more beneficial to them and to the community at large. So this activity is designed to simulate real life decision making and engaging respondents in critical thinking about community development. Do you have decision making skills and critical thinking skills? Now, yes, you say, yes, I can make decisions, but are those wise decisions? Are those mindful decisions? That's where it works. And critical thinking. I have seen in my 30 years of teaching and more than 20 years of teaching in Canada that critical thinking is a challenge. And because of that challenge, people are not able to write mindful points. So remember, we are working to build our decision making and critical thinking skills mainly, but there are 7 other things that we'll be talking about in the slides to come, the skills that you require to build up. Now let's have an example here. Let's have an example of a community survey. Your community center is surveying your opinion on a new event happening every Saturday in the park near your home. 2 events are being considered. One suggestion is a vegetable and fruit market. The other suggestion is a second-hand furniture and appliance market. So this is your situation, your scenario. So do you think it is a real life situation that there is a fresh vegetable and fruit market near your house? Yes, it is a real life situation. Or a second hand furniture and appliance market, like we have yard sales, but this is more than yard sales because yard sales are done individually. But here the whole community wants to sell second hand furniture and appliances. So it is a very real life situation. Now you have to choose the option that you prefer and explain the reasons for your choice. And which one do you prefer? You have to write 150 to 200 words. And option A is, I would like a vegetable and fruit market every Saturday in the park, or I would like a second-hand furniture and appliance market every Saturday in the park. Now, let's go to community center. Community survey is done. Let's now look at the example for our academic context, that means school or college or university context. So context 2 is our academic context. The survey will be based on a scenario within a college or university setting. So college, university setting, this exam is meant for people who are above 18. And so above 18, people are either in college or in university. Where a college representative or a university representative or a student support center is proposing a new initiative aimed at enhancing student life or campus well-being. So this is the academic context. The structure of the question remains the same, whether it is community, academic, or workplace, but the question is based on that context. So 2 program options will be presented to the academic community, and the participants will be invited to choose the one they believe would be more beneficial. Not only for them, for all the student community. And again, the activity is designed for 2 major things: decision making and critical thinking. Within critical thinking, we will be learning so many other small competencies that it's not that simply you start writing and you finish 150 to 200 words and then you pray to God, I should get CLB 9. I watched many videos. I did everything on YouTube and I will get. No, this will literally not help you. And then the frustration, demotivation, and exhaustion, it comes. So let's build up these skills step by step, piece by piece, which will also help you in a speaking module. Because in speaking also, you have to give mindful actions. So 2 skills. So 2 skills we will develop: decision making and critical thinking. Now let's read the example for college survey. Students at your college have indicated that the food options available on campus are not satisfactory. To improve the food services on campus, university officials are consulting students about 2 possibilities. I think it should be college officials because it is a college survey. So it's my mistake. Choose the option that you prefer. So which one do you prefer? And explain the reasons of your preference. And look here, I have added a little addition into this one, right? So in my whole master program, I will be touching every single thing that this exam asks you to. So I will be developing things piece by piece, step by step. So this is the second one. I have added a little bit more here. The question says, what problem are there with the other choice? This was not in the first one. So now here you have to mention what problems are there with the other choice that you are not using. Again, 150 to 200 words. Now, option A is cafeteria. They want to have a cafeteria to improve food services. And it is this large cafeteria serves multiple food options ranging from vegetarian to ethnic dishes, and it features buffet style service. So this is option A. And then option B is a large variety of well-known restaurants. So second option is restaurants to open their stores on campus. It features a wide variety of food in different places with competitive prices. So these are the two options. You pick up one, you give your understanding why, what is the logic reason. You have to first take the decision which one, and then logical reasoning, where that means critical analysis. And at the same time, you cannot miss what problems are there with the other choices. So now you have learned that there are two things that are asked in this survey. So let's go to the third one now. This is work context. And in work context, the survey will be based on a workplace scenario where an HR department or a program coordinator is introducing a new initiative aimed at improving employee well-being or work involvement. Two program options will be presented to the workers, community, and participants will be invited to choose the one they believe would be more beneficial. So same thing, same structure of the question, same expectations, same division of instructions in three parts. First, the scenario. Second, it is what it will judge, right? That your choice or the one that you are not choosing. And in the third one, two options, the same. And again, this activity is designed to simulate real world decision making and critical thinking. So you want to settle in Canada, you want to get PR in Canada, you have to develop your critical thinking skills. You have to develop your critical thinking skills. If you don't, unfortunately, my friends, there's a lot of struggle in this country. But I want you to be successful, and that's why I'm here for you. Now, let's have an example. The example is your company blames several work-related accidents on employees' low level of physical fitness. The human resource department of your company is surveying your opinion on how to promote a healthier lifestyle amongst its employees. And the major question is whether the employees should build a larger gym facility in the company's premises or pay for employees to sign up for physical activities wherever they choose. So that is the context, that's the situation. Again, choose the option, explain the reason. Why do you prefer 150 to 200 words? Option A, a large gym in the company building, and employees will have 24-hour access to a large variety of fitness equipment and personal trainers. And option B, neighborhood gym or activity, monthly cash allowance for any physical activity of their choice. So there are two, make a decision and then use your critical analysis. So I would not say that making decision comes first and critical analysis comes second, because for decision making, you require critical analysis. And once you make a decision, you still need critical analysis because you have to write logically your strong points to persuade and to convince the authorities and look at the content that you have written. Wow, it makes sense. Yes. So I think the person who has given the opinion in the survey has a strong understanding what he or she wants. So these are the three contexts. And you will get one context out of any of these three. And you don't have to worry about, oh my God, which one is easy, which one is difficult. No, I'm going to teach you step by step, piece by piece, and everything will be in place in your mind, in your brain, in your understanding, in your comprehension. So you don't have to worry about, it's not that community is easy and workplace is difficult or academic is difficult because college is difficult to study. No, it is not like that. Now, what is required for CLB 9 survey writing? Yeah, so it has to be a persuasive and relevant response. If it is, most of the time it is not relevant. What is being asked is, on the side, and something else is written by the students. So this is very kind of disappointing for me and for the students as well. And they don't know why it is happening. Why it is happening? Why can't they get, the 9 score? How can they be persuasive? How can it be relevant? And this is what we are going to learn. So first is understanding the two options. You have to understand both the options very, very clearly and clearly state your choice. You have to be very clear when you are stating your choice. So some higher level of words and clarity. But what is the core strategy that you require? The core strategy is idea generation. Very important for CLB 9 plus idea generation, and I will be spending a lot of time in idea creation. My program is not based on practice, practice, practice. No, my program is based on learning and then using what you have learned into practice. Then the third one is survey response. You have to stay on the topic. Don't go off the topic. Don't go tangential. Don't beat around the bush. Don't be around, but you're not addressing the question. These are the major flaws in the students' writing. This is the drawback, and we have to take it as a constructive criticism that yes, I know these are my problems and I'm going to work on that. Let's not take it a casual approach at all. Now, what are the 7 competencies that you need in this one? In addition to 2 things that I talked about, decision making and critical analysis, there are more things. Let's look at it. One is reading comprehension. Can you read the statement? Yes, you can read the statement, but do you comprehend the statement crystal clear? Unfortunately, a large number of students don't. Yes, they read because there is nervousness, there is anxiety, there is time constraint, there is fear. So many, your brain is busy with other things. But I want you to read the question so strongly, and I will teach you so that you say, oh, wow, I can do it. And once you understand, it's called as comprehension. Comprehension is a dynamic process of reading, understanding, absorbing, analyzing. It's a very dynamic. My classes are very engaging and dynamic classes. So you would learn how to read the question. And then what is critical thinking? As I mentioned earlier, you require a critical thinking beforehand to choose which option to choose. But after choosing, you again require critical thinking because you have to say, why do I want that choice? So it is very important skill. Anyways, it is very important for Canadians to have that skill. And that is the reason they want high score. You are in a developed country. Canada wants all the people in living in Canada to be critically analyzing things and have an advanced thinking skills. So developed country, developed thinking skills. Advanced country, advanced thinking skills. Make sense? Yes. So decision making, I have already talked about. Then providing reasoning. Why did you choose? And strong reasoning, not weak reasoning, lame reasoning. So when we will be doing idea creation, I'll be teaching you this idea is strong, this is weak. Strong is S, weak is W. And this is how we will learn. And then using evidence. So we will be using evidence. Why? This is the reason, because of this. Not only one reason, I'll say why this reason is so strong for me to choose this choice. And above all, use clear and persuasive language. So you have to be crystal clear what you are saying. And persuasive. Persuasive means that you have to persuade the reader. Wow, yes, makes sense. Very convincing. The choice makes a lot of sense. So that is called as persuasive. And then your writing skills, which will include your grammar, your cohesive devices. Cohesive devices means your transition words. What are the right choice of transition words that you need to use? And I am going to give you, darlings, Believe me, and trust yourself. First, trust yourself, and then trust in master program. We will make it success. Now, what is reading comprehension? Understanding the context and the purpose of the scenario. Comprehension is a dynamic process, as I mentioned earlier. And in this dynamic process, you will be reading, absorbing, understanding the context and the purpose. And how are we going to read? We're going to read piece by piece, step by step. I'll teach you that. And then we will identify key features if we have given any key features. Do you remember? The first slide that I showed you, community context, there was no feature. It said fruit market, fruit and vegetable market on Saturday near your house, or appliance, second-hand appliance market and second-hand furniture market near your house on Saturday. So the features were Saturday near your house, second-hand furniture and appliances. But in the second one, did you see cafeteria? So cafeteria, it's a large cafeteria, one feature. Second feature was there's a wide range of food from Canadian to ethnic, something like that. And then it's competitive prices. So these were the features. So we will learn how to identify the features, because the features will help us to create and generate stronger ideas. All right. Students just don't care about reading that because they are nervous. They start writing it. So I'm going to teach you that element as well. Now, what is critical thinking? Evaluating the pros and cons of each option. So what are the pros of option A? What are the cons of option A? What are the pros of option B? What are the cons of option B? And weighing the possible outcomes. If I get A, what outcome? What benefit? If I pick up B, what benefit to the community? And making connection, very important. This is critical thinking, making connections between the needs and the proposed solution. So what are the needs of the community or the students or the workers? And the proposed solution, the solution that you are opting is making sense because it's meeting the needs. So that is where your critical thinking skills are required. So next competency that you require is providing reasons for your choice. And you have to explain why did you choose one option over the other. And it requires specific reasons. And you have to think very carefully about the benefits and the relevance of the program to the community. The more logical you will be, higher your score will be. Use evidence. You have to support your opinion with logical arguments, examples, or facts. So usually I recommend students using logical arguments and facts. For instance, you mentioned how the chosen option might help the students academically, emotionally, or socially based on the scenario's description. I do not recommend my students writing examples or facts because most of the people do not know that, and then they screw up in when they're writing any example or any fact. You have to use a very clear and persuasive language when you are defending your choice. And the transition words can be used like because, for example, therefore, in my opinion, to organize your argument. But when you're writing your points, I'll be giving you more transition words and cohesive devices for each reason that you will be given. And a very strong introduction and a very, very strong conclusion. We don't conclude here, we reiterate here, and I'll be teaching you how we are going to reiterate. And in writing skills, you need to organize thoughts in a coherent structure using appropriate academic vocabulary and grammar with clear beginning, body, and ending. Once you have your ideas, you have to put them into a coherent structure with 3 parts, beginning, middle, and end. So what is your next learning for CLB 9 plus for survey writing? First is how to create a very strong and clear ideas. So when I'll be teaching you, I'll be asking you to create ideas, and then we will sort out what are the weaker ideas and what are the stronger ideas. And then we will also learn strong use of transition words, cohesive devices that are called as cohesive devices technically, where the examiner is looking for the appropriate use of those devices so that your whole written survey is a cohesive piece of writing. And how to use English educators, that's also, your next step. I'll be teaching you the master rule of 3 plus 2 plus 1 to get CLB 10 plus in writing. So my master program for writing survey has 6 points to be written in the survey. And another next learning is that you must practice for authentic practice test. Kindly use authentic practice tests and get your survey marked by a licensed professional. So when a professional licensed person who knows English language competencies will be able to make the corrections, deletions, additions, give feedback for higher CLB score, and attend an online master program. I'll be very happy to teach you. I'm starting this initiative because so many students, they asked me to do that. And the program description is, the course duration is 1 month. Total master session hours will be 20. The class schedule is Sunday to Wednesday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Material will be provided. Fees is $17 per hour and total cost is $340 and no taxes will be charged to you. So this is my program for online that I'm going to start. And this is the place where you will click and you will be directly connected with this one. And I will enroll you, register you, and I will teach you. So thank you very much for attending my session.